The lock engaged with a heavy click. Then George Reyes's voice cut through the door. "Sign it, Maria, or you won't leave this room."
You are transferring your 51% stake. This family meeting just became a business meeting.
Don't make this harder, Maria. You are outnumbered, and that door isn't opening, until you sign.
You think a locked door makes it legal? This company was Mom's legacy, not your personal retirement fund.
The old cameras are offline. No witnesses. You'll sign eventually, so why not now?
But the new security system records audio, installed 3 weeks ago, and they never bothered to check.
She picked up the pen. Her hand never trembled. The signature was flawless, every letter deliberate. George grabbed the document, exchanged a look with Justin, and they left, the lock clicking a second time.
Lock it tight, Dad. The camera is watching.
Above the table, the tiny red light kept blinking. The evidence was uploading right now. Maria let the silence stretch for 2 full minutes. Then she pulled out her phone.
Sarah, it's Maria. I am locked in the conference room. They forced me to sign.
Who? George and Justin. Are you hurt?
Fine. Access the new security feed. Conference room A. Last 30 minutes. I'll text you the clip.
She hung up, navigated to the security app, and sent a clipped segment directly to Sarah.
Got it. Playing now. This is everything. Audio, timestamp, the lock turning. It's a perfect record.
So it's admissible even though I signed?
Signed under duress is invalid. With this footage, the document is worthless. But we wait until Monday. Let them think they won.
Maria ended the call and let the faintest smile surface. She replayed the clip, watching her father's face twist.
Monday can't come soon enough.
Monday morning broke clear and cold. Maria walked into the building she inherited, sunglasses hiding the steel in her eyes.
Morning, Maria. Sleep well? I know I did.
Keep walking. Don't give them a single second.
The footage is even clearer on the big screen. You can hear his threat perfectly.
They watched the lock turn, heard George's cold demand, saw Maria's steady hands sign. Sarah exhaled sharply.
It's airtight. Let's file the complaint and get you a restraining order before lunch.
At the precinct, Officer Daniels watched the clip on Sarah's tablet. His jaw tightened.
Unlawful imprisonment, extortion. Ma'am, this is as clear-cut as they come.
Maria's hand never shook as she signed the criminal complaint.
Arthur, it's Sarah Chen. We have a serious situation. You need to see something.
Arthur watched the footage twice. Then he picked up the phone. Sarah, I am calling an emergency board session. Tonight at 7. This ends now.
Within hours, the restraining order was signed. Officer Daniels arrived at the Reyes headquarters just after 2, the document in hand.
Mr. Reyes, under order from the court, you and your son are to leave these premises immediately. No exceptions.
This is outrageous. She's a liar. That footage is manipulated. You can't do this.
She installed those cameras. Of course she doctored them. This is a setup.
Let them scream. Every word is being recorded by the lobby cameras, too.
Daniels didn't react. He simply gestured toward the glass doors. George grabbed his coat, shot a venomous look at Maria, and walked out with Justin trailing. The lobby fell silent.
7 o'clock. The board will see the footage. Are you prepared?
I've been prepared since the moment they locked that door.
By 7 o'clock, the boardroom was full. Arthur Vance sat at the head, Maria and Sarah beside him.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you are about to see cannot be unseen. Maria, if you would.
This is the footage from conference room a Sunday afternoon. My father and brother locked the door and threatened me until I signed.
The screen lit up. They watched the lock turn, heard George's cold ultimatum, saw Maria's steady hand sign away her legacy.
Under state law, duress voids any contract. With this recording, the transfer is worthless. The criminal offenses are clear.
Arthur removed his glasses. 2 directors exchanged horrified glances. There was no question what they'd just witnessed.
I move to suspend George and Justin Reyes, effective immediately. pending a full disciplinary hearing tomorrow. All in favor?
The vote was swift. Every hand in the room rose. George and Justin Reyes were suspended from the company they'd tried to steal. Their security badges were deactivated remotely. On their phones, a message appeared. Access revoked. Pending disciplinary review. But the board's real test would come tomorrow. Maria understood that suspension was not victory. The war wasn't over. Maria's phone buzzed in her silent apartment. The caller ID, George Reyes. She pressed record before answering.
Maria, please. Your mother would be heartbroken. Don't tear this family apart.
You locked me in that room and demanded my signature. Elena Reyes built this company, and you tried to steal it.
The line went dead. Seconds later, Justin's message lit up the screen. Drop the complaint, or I'll bury you in the press. By morning.
He's bluffing, but that kind of bluff can still draw blood.
An hour later, Maria met Arthur and Sarah in a small conference room, her mother's photo on the table.
They'll try to discredit you. Prepare for a forged document. Your testimony must be airtight.
She looked at the photo. She didn't raise me to hand the company to thieves. I am ready.
The strategy session lasted past midnight. By the end, Maria's resolve was ironclad. The next morning, a tabloid reporter called Sarah Chen's office. We have explosive allegations against Maria Reyes from an anonymous source.
No comment on anonymous fabrications. Reyes Construction will release a statement shortly.
She briefed Maria and Arthur within minutes. Justin's threat was now in motion.
Acknowledge only the internal review. No details. We don't feed trolling. Draft it, Sarah.
Sarah typed a crisp, dignified press release. Reyes Construction is reviewing an internal governance matter. No further comment at this time. The statement hit the newswires 10 minutes later. The tabloid's explosive story became a small footnote.
Staff informed. Board confidence remains high.
The afternoon was quiet. Maria reviewed her testimony one final time, her mother's photo watching over her. The tabloid story faded before noon. Maria's professional reputation stood untouched. The hearing loomed.
One more night. Tomorrow, the truth ends their reign.
Maria arrived at the office before sunrise, the hallways still dark and silent. She passed Justin's empty office. His desk had been cleared, nameplate removed.
He'll never walk these halls again.
Arthur stood waiting by the boardroom door, his face unreadable.
The board is ready, but I need you to understand. They'll do anything to survive. Be prepared for a blow you don't see coming.
I've been locked in a room and forced to sign away my company. There's no blow I haven't already felt.
She took her seat at the head of the table as the board members filed in, the silence heavy. On the main screen, George and Justin appeared via video feed, their faces tight with tension.
This disciplinary hearing is now in session.
Maria opened the folder before her and met the camera's unblinking lens. The war outside this room had finally come inside.
I gave my statement. Every word of the footage is true, and I've submitted the full recording.
Exhibit A, the security footage, shows the lock turning, the ultimatum, and my client signing under clear duress.
My daughter is spinning this. I've served this company for 30 years. Now, I have evidence of her misconduct.
George held a single page to the camera. The board leaned forward as one.
This letter from Albert Mendez, dated 6 months ago, accuses Maria of embezzlement. The truth is finally out.
Shocked murmurs filled the room. On the video screen, Justin's smirk broadened.
May I see that letter, Arthur?
She took the paper and scanned it. Her finger stopped at the date. Her expression didn't change.
This date is the 14th of February. The company's letterhead changed on the 1st of February. This cannot be genuine.
Arthur raised a hand, silencing the room. This hearing is recessed. We'll reconvene after we verify this document. Sarah Chen didn't wait. She traced the letter to a former employee within the hour.
On a recorded call, Mendez confessed. He paid me $10,000. I signed what he gave me.
Bank records confirmed payment the day before. The document's metadata traced it to George's own laptop.
Arthur, the letter is a fabrication. George paid a former employee. I am sending the proof now.
I'll reconvene the board first thing tomorrow. We finish this at 8.
Maria's phone buzzed with a text from Sarah. Forgery confirmed. Board reconvenes at 8 tomorrow.
One more night. They've used every lie they have.
Sarah worked through the evening, compiling the forged letter, payment record, and metadata. The case against George was airtight.
She looked at her mother's photograph. Tomorrow, Mom, they answer for everything.
By dawn, the board members were seated, their faces hardened. Justin's desperation hadn't yet fully surfaced. That same night, Justin Reyes pulled his coat tighter, a set of lock picks heavy in his pocket. The building was dark, the security desk empty. He knelt outside Maria's office, working the lock with trembling fingers. The new security system registered the breach instantly. A silent alarm tripped.
No, 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 no.
Within 3 minutes, Officer Daniels and his partner moved through the lobby, flashlights cutting the dark.
Drop the pics. Hands where I can see them.
Justin didn't resist. The cuffs clicked shut, and his shoulders sagged. Maria arrived 20 minutes later, called by the security company. She stood in the lobby and watched.
All that arrogance, and this is how it ends for you.
The squad car pulled away, red and blue lights washing over the empty lobby. Justin Reyes now faced charges of attempted burglary on top of everything else. At 5 in the morning, Maria's phone lit up again. The caller ID was a blocked number, but she knew.
Maria, they arrested Justin. Please, I am begging you, drop the charges. I'll sign my resignation tonight. I'll leave the country. Your mother, Elena, wouldn't want this. She'd want mercy. She'd want her family whole.
Maria's gaze drifted to the framed photo of her mother on the shelf. The silence stretched.
Don't bring her into this. She built this company with honesty. You and Justin tried to steal it with a fake signature and a forged letter.
I'll do anything. Just let Justin go. He's your brother.
Number, you made your choices. You locked that door and you forged that letter. It ends now.
She pressed the red button. The call ended. The room fell back into pre-dawn silence. Maria walked to the window and watched the first light of dawn break over the city.
No more deals. No more fear. Today, the board ends this.
Maria met Sarah and Arthur in a small office before the board assembled. The evidence was complete. Only the vote remained.
We have the footage, the forgery proof, and Justin's arrest. Are you prepared to pursue full legal consequences?
No plea deals. No retirement without prejudice. They face everything they did.
Sarah nodded and slid a final document across the table. The prosecutorial package was ready.
The prosecutor will receive this by 9. There's no turning back, Maria.
Maria walked the empty building one last time before the vote. The silence felt different now. She stopped outside conference room A and pushed the door open. It was unlocked, the room silent. She touched the back of the chair where she had been forced to sign. The memory was still sharp, but no longer had power.
Thank you.
Then she straightened her collar, turned, and walked to the boardroom. The vote was moments away. The boardroom fell silent as Maria took her seat at the head. The directors' faces were stone, their posture rigid.
This board reconvenes to finalize disciplinary action against George Reyes and Justin Reyes.
Arthur methodically recounted the evidence. The lock-in footage, the forgery proof, the break-in. The room tightened.
Before we proceed to a vote, does either of you wish to make a final statement?
I was wrong. Ambition blinded me. But Justin is my son. Show him mercy.
George's voice cracked, but his apology landed on ears that had heard too many lies. No one softened. Justin remained silent on his video feed, his head bowed, shoulders slumped. The arrogance that had filled his smirk was gone.
Very well. The board will now vote on the resolution. to terminate Justin Reyes with cause and accept George Reyes's retirement with prejudice.
Arthur raised his gavel. The air thickened, pressing against every chest in the room. Maria met the camera's unblinking lens one last time, her face unreadable as the gavel fell. The vote was instantaneous. Every hand in the room rose in unison.
Justin Reyes is terminated for cause, effective immediately. George Reyes' retirement is accepted with prejudice. Both are referred for criminal prosecution and barred from company property forever.
Maria absorbed the verdict. Her expression remained still, but something behind her eyes settled. The video feed flickered. George's face contracted, then vanished into static. Justin's feed went dark. The last image was the slump of his shoulders. The screens became black rectangles. The boardroom exhaled a collective, long-held breath.
Miss Reyes, do you wish to address the board?
She rose, her voice low and clear. Thank you for seeing the truth.
Arthur nodded once and extended his hand. The Reyes construction board had drawn its line in the sand. Officer Daniels appeared at the boardroom door, his uniform crisp. Mr. Reyes, you need to collect your things. George's office was packed in minutes. A cardboard box carried 30 years of a career that ended in a forged signature. As he stepped into the lobby, George saw Maria standing alone near the glass doors. He paused, his mouth opening.
Don't speak. Just keep walking.
She turned her back. No final words. No last glance. Just the sharp click of her heels on the tile. Daniels took him by the arm. The box nearly slipped, but George caught it, his knuckles white. Through the lobby glass, she watched him be placed into the squad car. Justin was already behind bars. Now the father followed. The car pulled away. The red taillights shrank until they were specks. And then nothing. The lobby was silent. No raised voices, no shouted denials. Just the hum of the overhead lights. Maria exhaled slowly, a breath she had held since Sunday. The building was hers now, only hers. The stock consolidation papers lay before her on the polished desk. Maria's pen moved without hesitation. The forced transfer agreement that George had celebrated was fed into the shredder, strip by strip. She picked up the crisp new business card. It read, Maria Reyes, CEO and sole owner.
This company was built by my mother, Elena Reyes. We honor her by beginning a new chapter today.
The staff applauded, their faces relieved. The weight of uncertainty had finally lifted from their shoulders. A brass plaque was mounted on the conference room door. Elena Reyes Conference Room.
Mom, you built this company with your own hands. Now this room will carry your name forever.
The room was bathed in golden afternoon light, the brass plaque gleaming, ready for its first meeting. Later, Maria stood before her mother's photo, a single tear on her cheek. No words passed. The promise was fulfilled. The building felt different now. It belonged to the woman who had been locked inside, and to the mother who built it from nothing. A week later, Maria entered the Elena Reyes conference room before anyone else. She touched the brass plaque as she passed. The board members filtered in slowly, taking their seats in the freshly polished room. Arthur Vance sat at her right.
She called the meeting to order, her voice steady. Welcome to the first board meeting in a room that finally carries the right name. My mother, Elena Reyes, built this company with integrity and grit. Today, we honor her by building our future on that same foundation.
She laid out a 5-year strategic plan that was ambitious but grounded. The board listened with growing respect.
Arthur nodded slowly. This is the vision this company has needed. I move. We approve all proposed initiatives.
The vote was unanimous. The Elena Reyes conference room witnessed its first official approval, a testament to new leadership. After the meeting, the directors departed, and Arthur shook Maria's hand firmly. You've proven yourself, Maria. Alone in the room, Maria looked up at the portrait of her mother. A quiet smile caught her lips. The weight of a promise kept. The sun streamed through the windows, bathing the room in golden light. The company was finally, fully in the hands it belonged to. Days later, a business headline appeared. Reyes Construction Scandal. CEO cleared, father and brother indicted. The public read it with fresh eyes.
The indictments are official. George and Justin Reyes face multiple felony counts. No bail reduction.
Justice will take its course. My focus is the company's next project.
She turned to her desk, where blueprints sprawled across the surface.
We're breaking ground on the new hospital wing next month. It's the biggest contract this company has ever undertaken.
Her team nodded, their confidence solid after months of turmoil. Later, Maria stood by the window, her mother's photo on the sill. The city stretched before her, full of possibility.
No more fear, no more looking over my shoulder. Just the work and the future.
The business card on her desk read simply, Maria Reyes, CEO and owner. No asterisks, no qualifiers, just the truth. The news cycle moved on. The trial would come later, but Maria's legacy was already secure. Dusk settled over the Elena Reyes conference room. Maria stood alone in the quiet, the city lights beginning to flicker beyond the glass. She walked to the chair where she had been forced to sign. Her hand brushed the leather, the memory sharp but no longer painful. She pulled out her phone and opened an old photo. Her mother, Elena, smiling in front of this very building, the day it was founded.
We did it, Mom. They locked the door, but we held the key.
A single tear traced her cheek, but her smile held. She lifted her gaze to the brass plaque near the door. The name, Elena Reyes, catching the last rays of sun. She moved to the window, her reflection ghosting over the skyline. The woman looking back was no longer a prisoner. She took a deep breath. The air felt lighter than it had in years. Then she turned, her spine straight, her eyes meeting the unblinking camera one final time. The door clicked softly behind her. The room fell silent, but the legacy of Elena Reyes remained, gleaming in the fading light. Months later, the trial of George and Justin Reyes unfolded in a quiet courtroom. Courtroom sketches showed two men who had once wielded power, but now looked shrunken, their arrogance drained. That December, Maria hosted the company holiday party. She stood among her staff, the room filled with laughter and relief. The family she had chosen. In the lobby, a new photograph of Elena Reyes had been mounted. It was the first thing visitors saw. The founder, smiling as if welcoming them home. By spring, the company broke ground on a new hospital wing. Maria arrived early, the morning sun catching the steel framework already rising.
She lifted a golden shovel, addressing the gathered crew and dignitaries. This project isn't just steel and concrete. It's proof that we survived the worst and chose to build.
Arthur Vance stepped forward and shook her hand firmly. Your mother built the foundation. You are building the legacy.
The next morning, employees streamed into the building, their faces easy. The tension that had gripped these halls had dissolved into something purposeful. The trial continued, a distant murmur. Maria no longer tracked its dates. Her focus was the rising structure across town.
No more fear, no more looking over my shoulder, just the work and the people who stood by me.
Above her desk, her mother's portrait watched over the blueprints, a quiet sentinel of a promise fulfilled. Sunset filled Maria's office, the sky a ribbon of gold and soft rose. She lifted the framed photo of her mother, her touch light as if greeting an old friend.
We kept our promise.
She walked to the window and watched the city lights begin to wake, a different skyline from the one that had watched her be locked away. Then she turned, meeting the camera's unblinking gaze one final time. No defiance now, only peace. The camera that once recorded her forced signature now captured only silence. The swing that finishes the fight is the one they never see coming. She set the photograph back on the desk, adjusting it so that Elena's smile caught the last light. The camera held on her for a long moment, then slowly faded to black. When the screen lit again, the new Reyes Construction logo appeared, a subtle silhouette of Elena Reyes woven into the letter R.